Hello StarCraft fans, this is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between puCK and Voltz on Moonlight Madness, the latter edition. Now if you're new to my channel, you might say, hey Falcon, this is Solus, but hey, Solus is another name for puCK, and that is the name that he goes by on the Legacy of the Void ladder. Alright, in the bottom left of Moonlight Madness, the latter edition, representing Flipside Tactics, is the red Protoss player. It is Solus. And in the top right of Moonlight Madness, the latter edition, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Voltz. And this is a Grandmaster level play in Legacy of the Void. Again, Polt is a professional American StarCraft 2 player. Had some pretty good success here with his Protoss play. And we'll have to see how he does today against the Zerg player. Zerg players like to go 15 hatch against Protoss in Legacy of the Void. I really haven't seen too many attempts from Protoss to cannon out a Zerg player who does that. I really think that's because the hatchery comes out so much more early than it used to. Bam! So like my pet theory, if you haven't heard this before, is that you start out with so many workers that Zerg can actually get the hatchery out quicker than the distance it takes for a probe to travel out here. So the distance it takes to go from your main as a Protoss player to the Zerg natural is what it always has been. That hasn't changed. But the time it takes for Zerg to have enough minerals to get that hatchery out is actually shorter. So you can get that probe out, but you can't get the cannons up really in time to do much of anything. So I don't think Solus does anything in his mind of mischief that way. I really think he's just scouting, and I think we might see the end of the cannon rush against Zerg, unless it's against a Zerg who's really not paying attention at all, and just can be very, very easily tricked that way. But I don't think it's going to happen at the high levels at any time soon. So good scout there from the probe, recognizing no gas quite yet, so that means no speedlings quite yet. So it might just be a roach play. That could be very interesting. That's something you might hold a little bit of your gas for early on, but where is that extractor? There it is. It is happening a little bit late, though, I'd have to say, almost at the time the expansion finishes. Overlord scouting on down, no drone scouts for Voltz at this point, so I'm not sure what the idea is there, but there's the Cybernetics core popping right on up. And again, I just want to state for the record that Polt does send me both wins and losses from his ladder play, so don't think just because he sent me this replay he wins all of them. If you go back through the playlist for Polt, you'll see, or Polt, if you see from puCK, he actually submits losses at the same time, so you should not expect to see a Protoss win in this game. Third hatchery coming up for Voltz, being very, very aggressive indeed. I guess the Overlord does scout out the Nexus here, recognizing it's not a one-base play. 3-base is a little bit scary. It makes me scared to do it on the ladder, but Voltz is a much, much more confident player than I am. And a third Nexus for puCK here at the sub 3 minute mark. That's crazy town. Taking a bit of a risk here, and actually this Ling might scout it out. Actually, can you get through here? I always forget on this map. Can't get through there. Yeah, and yeah. Okay, so you do have to kill this debris to get a direct assault on this third base. So I think that's why puCK feels so safe doing it. Even a number of Lings couldn't get through this debris very, very quickly. Roaches are pretty much necessary, and based on the fact that there's 3 base here, we're not going to see roaches for quite some time. Speed's on the way, Queen's on the way as well. Queen inject. Do it. 3, 2, 1. Inject. I am the Queen Whisperer, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see that? I counted down and everything, and she totally injected when I told her to. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Alright, so holding the Zelnanga Watchtower is this Ling. Where'd the other Ling go? Units tab, 1 Ling. The other one must have died. Units lost. What has killed stuff? Mothership Core? Yeah, I guess Mothership Core killed that Ling. Ling stuck around long enough to actually die to a Mothership Core is a little bit surprising. There's a cancel on a gateway, I guess. Alright, so the Adepts are heading on out. So this is the latest patch, which just means that Adepts only have, oh, come on, Adept, where are you? 60 shields and 80 health. They're not as tanky as they used to be, and the shield upgrade they used to have at the Twilight Council has been replaced with a speed attack upgrade that allows them to increase their attack speed by 40%. So it makes them pretty awesome that way. But here come the Adepts. There's a Queen to chase things away, and Psionic Transfer being used to get into the main while the Queens are otherwise occupied, canceling the Spines, and here comes the Harass. They can 2-shot workers. So 1 volley from 2 Adepts is enough to kill a single drone, which is very, very nice. Psionic Transfer being used again. The Lings want to get a surround on these Adepts before they can Psionic Transfer their way out of there. And they do pin 1 and get... Oh, I was going to say they get it, but the 2 survive. They survive. They are running for their lives, though, because Speedlings are very, very fast and they want blood. Ooh, good micro there, killing one. Nope, the Adept ends up dead at the same time. Standing and fighting, recognizing, no, a little bit futile, but there's the surround, and the Adepts end up dead. So units lost tab is 2 Adepts for 1 drone and 2 Zerglings. Not fantastic. 262 minerals lost, 50 gas for puCK. Man alive, soulless puCK. And Voltz has only lost 175 minerals. So pretty good place so far from the Zerg player. 65 to 60 total harvesters, 65 workers at the 5-minute mark. Just beautiful for Zerg players to see. puCK himself doing very, very well at the same time. Has the 3 bases up and running. Has all the gas in the world that he could ever want. And triple Stargate production with the Phoenix. He's keeping those Phoenix to hide. The Lings really want to kill this debris, but without +1 attack upgrades, it's really difficult to do. So I think they're more of a distraction at this point. Lurker Den on the way. Photon Overcharge being used on that pylon just to force these guys the heck out of there. puCK is saying, you cannot knock down my debris. I will not allow it. So here comes the Phoenix count. Looking pretty good. 3 already in existence. 3 more on the way. +1 air attack being researched at the same time. Hydralisk count getting pretty good, though. The Lings trying to knock down this front door. Sentries being popped on in. Trying to do what they can. Mothership core should probably Photon Overcharge, but nope, the Lings back on out. And here comes the Hydra train. Hydra's on the way. Lurker Den on the way at the same time. They really want to kill that Cyber core. And there goes the force field. There we go. Forcing them away from the Cyber core. Keeping it alive just a little bit longer. Just being very annoying, though. Popping back and forth here. And I don't know if this Phoenix play is very good against this Hydralisk play that we're seeing from Voltz. puCK might be in a little bit of trouble. Here come the Lings and the Hydras, and the Hydras add a very much welcome added element of DPS to this attack. And yep, see how fast this debris falls now? Boom. There it goes. Oh, Hydra's actually getting picked up by Phoenix, but taking shots at the same time. Phoenix falling. 1, 2 Phoenix fall. 3 Phoenix fall there. Yeah, a bit of a dangerous gamble there by puCK. Forward pylon falling at the same time. Voltz looking very, very aggressive here. And I'm not sure what is available here. Photon Overcharge, double Photon Overcharge is available. That's good. That's enough to chase back this army temporarily. But here comes the Lurker play. Lurkers on the way. Phoenix can lift Lurkers if they can see them. So an Observer in the army would be pretty good for puCK at this point. Any Observers here? Nope. No, there are not. This could be a problem indeed. Oh, flying right overhead. And ooh, all the Hydras get picked up. A few of them get dropped, but nope, that's not enough. Wow, what a massacre. That Phoenix play was huge. Humongous for Pult. Yeehaw. Desperation Spore Crawlers being thrown down, recognizing how big this Phoenix cloud is right now. Voltz is very, very worried. 14 Phoenix are in the air with that +1 attack. Just amazingly devastating. Ooh, that Hydra is not in a good place. Are the Spore Crawlers finished yet? They are not. Overlord getting picked up. Hydra picked up. Queen getting destroyed in a matter of seconds. Spores are now here, but I don't know how much of a difference it actually makes. Is this actually going to supply block the Zerg player? 1 Phoenix ends up dead. They're taking these shots. They do extra damage to the light units. So the Phoenix play is doing very, very well. A pretty big supply block on Voltz right now. 141 out of 106 available supply. Phoenix doing excellent here. The Lings really want to kill this base as fast as humanly possible. There are Adepts here, though. Stalkers and Sentries. Can they kill this base? They are probably going to force a cancel on that Nexus. It's just desperately trying to do what he can to come back into this game. Catching that probe. And maybe not actually going to force a cancel. There it is. There goes the cancel. Both the pylons die at the same time. And a cancel on that assimilator. No, puCK does not cancel it. And Phoenix aren't that great against Lings. It's just not cost effective to lift them. But going to do it anyway, I guess. 4th base coming up here at the same time. Voltz does have 57 total workers. puCK having 70. Playing this very, very strongly at this point. 3 Hydras in production. Getting infestors. Okay, possibly some fungal growths would be nice on the Phoenix at the same time. We're going to see how that works out, though. This base is going to be established with a couple Spore Crawlers as long as the workers can make it there. I'm not sure that's a guarantee. Overlord dies at the same time. Volt's doing a good job re-establishing his economy or his supply, but so many dying. Oh, Fungals on top of those Phoenix. Chain Fungals going down. Hydras on the ground, cleaning up every single one of those Phoenix. Wow. Voltz. Amazing. I haven't seen a chain fungal on Phoenix in a long, long time. Alright, so here comes the big Ling surround. Not doing much of anything there, catching an Adept out in the open. So here comes the play. It's going to be Lings, Lurkers, Infestors, Hydras against an Adept Stalker Sentry combo. I have to say, Voltz is going to play this pretty darn well. He has a good composition for it. Oh, trying to kill the eggs, and does. Gets one of the Lurker eggs. Force fielding out a lot of the army there. Another great force field. The Infestors are caught on the wrong side of the map here. Fungal on top of the Adepts. Lurkers coming down from the right side, forcing a retreat there of all those Adepts. Fourth puck. Moving on out, taking additional damage. The Adepts backing on down again. The Tastalope and the Artisalope are kind of stuck by each other, going back and forth, which is kind of cute. But yes, named after Artosis and Tasteless. Two very, very well-known StarCraft 2 casters. Setting siege to the front door is Voltz, going after that Cybernetics core. Not a huge fan of making the Cyber core part of your front wall, because sometimes this happens to you, which is a bit of a problem. Carrier, though, for Solus, or for puCK, rather. Yeehaw! Carrier on the way. Cyber core does fall. 3 carriers are here. The Lurkers aren't very good against that. Is there an observer is the question? I don't really know. Backing on out, there's another attack here with Lurkers completely laying siege to this base. puCK did not want to lose this one, that's for sure. 14 probes have died so far in this game. And there is an observer, so the Lurkers are going to die eventually, but I think this is going to be enough DPS from the Lurkers to kill this base before they're forced to retreat. It's not, but the Lings finish it off. Base falls, so it is 4 base to 3 base right now. Voltz playing this pretty well. This is a pretty amazing back and forth CVP, if I'm going to be honest here. So the Lurkers just say, we're just going to go for it. They burrow right on in. And yeah, they just start killing stuff on the ground. puCK doesn't want to go for it. I mean, the carriers might be enough to deal with things. Fungal growth going down on the interceptors at the same time. The Lurkers taking damage. Lings just trying to get a surround on the Nexus. They want to kill the Nexus first if they can. All the Lurkers are gone. The Lings can't quite get it done. And they get chased down by interceptors. A few of them make it on in here, but there's a cannon. So, yep, they end up dead, and that's enough to chase away the Zerg army. So, some combination of a Sky Toss, Adept, Stalker army here for puCK. Interesting indeed. Spire on the way for Voltz, another base trying to be established, kind of a sneaky one out here for Voltz as well. More and more Infestors. I mean, I'd like to see the Infestor play. I haven't seen them a lot since patch sometime during Heart of the Swarm when the fungal growth ability got nerfed, not last as long as it used to, and it became a projectile. What is this being attacked here? Overlord being attacked, keeping an eye on that mini-map, and heading on up. puCK feeling very confident indeed. 17 Corruptors on the way, though, for Voltz. Holy smokes. Excuse me, sorry about that. This base completely under fire, getting obliterated by puCK. Nothing doing at all here, but the Corruptors are coming out. If the Corruptors can actually take down these carriers, it could be enough to win the game. Interesting composition again. Infestor, Lurker, Corruptor. Trying to find a way, just defending basically. Oh, it's a whiff on the Observer, but does get it with the second one there. puCK happy enough to back on out, reestablishing his own 4th base. And did this get attacked? Dang it, I think I got attacked. And it was killed or canceled by Voltz. Voltz only has 46 workers. This base is mining. This base is kind of mining, only has 1 worker there, but he needs to make something happen soon. So many workers on these patches. Can he expand is going to be the question. The Adepts trying to make for that from happening. Corruptors overextending a little bit. The Carriers taking down a few of them. There's not much of a ground army for Voltz. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Probably bad for him, but if the Lurkers die, there's not really anything to deal with all these Adepts. So here we come, splitting on out again. And I think Corruptors just really need to go for it at this point. And they are kind of, there's the Fungal, and the Corruptors are not attacking individual carriers. What are you doing, Voltz? You're doing so well, but I think that might be enough. Carriers are with impudence going after all of these units. The Lurkers on the ground, are they visible or not? It looks like they are. Yep, Lurkers are taking damage. Corruptors, why? No Corruptors, attack the carriers. It's 141 and 95 total supply. All of the Corruptors are taken down here at the 14-minute mark. Voltz is forced to retreat, continuing to make Infestors. I don't know if that's a great choice or not. Not replanting this base, not able to plant this base. Starving for money at this point. Infested Terrans being used to fight the battles for Voltz right now. And they do get the Adept. That's pretty good. But being chased into a corner, the Adepts are pushing Voltz, saying, no, don't go there. I'm not here. Sorry, says puCK, and that's it. Good game. Well played by Voltz. Voltz is defeated, and puCK is victorious. So, yahoo! Pretty amazing back and forth there on Moonlight Madness. Again, I just think it all came down to the fact that the Corruptors were not attacking the carriers. Come on, Voltz. You're a better player than that. I'm a little disappointed in his play, to be entirely honest, but in the end, that was it. I felt like the fungal growth was good. The lurkers on the ground did a pretty good job of holding their own against the ground army from puCK. It was just the carriers were allowed to attack. Nothing was directly threatening them, and that was it. So pretty good stuff. Thanks again, puCK, for submitting the replay. I really appreciate it. This has been FalconPaladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.